Channel, AS. My dear beloved Earth humans, this is Ashtar speaking. I greet you in peace and love. And I am glad to be speaking to you through this channel. First of all, on behalf of all of us, on behalf of the universe, we see you. We appreciate you. We deeply respect you. And we love you so very much. It is because of the steadfastness of you that our current operation to help Earth is possible at all. Your brothers and sisters who are currently still asleep may not realize what a crucial function you are fulfilling, how much you are indirectly helping them. But out here, everyone recognizes your value. Even if you feel that you are not doing anything, you are actually fulfilling a crucial role in grounding positive energy, in processing pain from the collective subconscious and doing light work in your sleep. With that said, many of you are, understandably, wondering what all this pain is for. Why doesn't Source just metaphorically snap its fingers and activate the solar flash today? Why don't we land today? What is all this pain for? The situation is very complex, and you can look at it from a whole lot of vantage points and levels of consciousness, all with at least some amount of validity and usefulness behind them. It's not the case that only one perspective is valid, different perspectives all have some amount of validity. Still, today I will give another way of looking at life on Earth, and thereby another piece of the puzzle. Ultimately, I am hoping that this message will help you find some meaning in this pain. So, why haven't we intervened yet? Haken has answered this question previously from a medium consciousness perspective. Namely, landing today, openly or just visiting select people, wouldn't be safe for us or you, if we don't remove the dark controllers first. Us launching an operation to arrest all the dark controllers ourselves within 1 or a few days is something we could do, but that could create a power vacuum and instability and chaos, with the chance of that instability lasting for quite a long time. Also, if we do this, there is a small chance that the dark controllers would succeed at triggering a spiteful and destructive plan of theirs and do a whole lot of damage to the people of Earth. Alternatively, we could land, arrest the bad guys and hand you a Pleiadian type of civilization, but the last time we gave you a ready-made civilization was Atlantis. Hence, we prefer at present to do covert operations and to rapidly raise the consciousness of Earth, so that most of the liberation work will be done by Earth humans. This rising energy should either nudge you to free yourselves, or if we have to intervene directly anyway in a major way, first raising the energy in this way will very much reduce possible instability and chaos that could follow. That was a medium consciousness perspective. Today I would like to zoom out a bit and give you a higher consciousness perspective. The following is how I and the other galactic decision makers look at it. Suppose you run a school. Each course in your school corresponds to one life in this galaxy. Life in the Pleiades would be one course. So for example, a soul can first take the Pleiades course, then take the Pleiades course again, choosing to be born there a second time, and then take a third course somewhere else. In the distant past, you only offered light and pleasant and fun and love-filled courses. However, students got bored and didn't learn and progress very quickly. The total body of knowledge and research of the school also didn't expand very quickly. Hence, nowadays you as the school administrator offer various courses, from courses that are light and pleasant and fun and filled with love, life in the Pleiades, to courses that are very hard and challenging and painful but also very educational and give a lot of soul growth, life on Earth. As it turns out, the most popular course you have, by far, is a very painful but also very educational course, life on Earth. There is no waiting queue to join a pleasant and fun course, life in the Pleiades, but there is a huge waiting queue to join the painful but rewarding course, life on Earth. A person's lower self is their mind and body and emotions, or what an average person thinks of as them. You could think of your lower self as the vehicle that your soul is driving in order to physically experience life on Earth. Imagine as the school administrator you are getting reports that the lower selves of people in the Earth course are suffering very much. The lower selves are asking for the course to be transformed into another incredibly pleasant, purely love-filled course. You know, another Pleiades type of course. However, the souls of most Earth people think that the Earth course should be made lighter and easier and more free, but in a gradual and subtle and covered way, so as not to disrupt the current very educational lessons too much. The souls of most people on Earth think this is no emergency, this is merely a situation that needs some covered and gradual tweaking. We are indeed honoring this soul request to make Earth lighter and more free, but in a gradual and subtle and covered way, so as not to disturb the current lessons too much. After all, souls care a great deal about soul growth and lessons. Keep in mind souls can't be harmed. Also, a person's soul can very easily make a person die and go to the afterlife and then reincarnate somewhere more pleasant. So souls aren't trapped there on Earth. Furthermore, a person's soul is very much a part of them and not separate at all. So it's not like people are being oppressed by their soul is part of them. As the school administration, you actually have two types of students, namely service to self and service to others students. And for the service to self students, Earth is also an incredible place to learn. While the service to others students can eventually progress by just spending lots of time in the Pleiades, the service to self students have few suitable courses. They need something like the Earth course to actually progress at all. This may not be a popular position, but as the RA material has pointed out, the service to self path is equally valid. And respecting the service to self path, as well as the free will of those walking that path, means that we can't just protect everyone everywhere from harm. If we did, then the service to self path would be more or less invalidated. We would be going back to the situation where every course is cozy and comfortable, students become bored and not much growth or expansion is achieved. And that is why there is pain in the universe. This isn't source being malicious or negligent, or there being something wrong with creation. Souls actually prefer there to be pain and contrast in the universe. Evil isn't a problem to be solved, it's a feature to be managed. After all, if souls want to be untouched by service to self beings, souls can just reincarnate over and over again in, for example, the Pleiades. Our fights with reptilians aren't happening in the Pleiades. So if souls just want bliss and love, that path is available to them. However, most souls, after a number of lives in the Pleiades, start itching for a life on a world like Earth. If your soul wished, it would also be easy for your soul to arrange your death and then your reincarnations in a near-utopian Pleiades world. But you're still alive, and hence your soul at this moment in time still wants to be on Earth. And clearly, your soul thinks you can handle it. Your soul feels your pain, but your soul doesn't resist it, hence your soul doesn't suffer. Yes, I know this is easier said than done for someone who was born on Earth and who never got the love and stable foundation to get to that level of consciousness, but at the same time, life on Earth is actually the perfect place to really deeply learn the lesson to not turn pain into suffering. Or if you're a higher grade student who came back to help, this is a perfect opportunity to help those current grade students who do still need to learn that lesson. And even if you just exist as a spiritually awake person on Earth, then you're processing stuff in the collective subconscious for the non-awake, which is why you may be in so much pain. You are probably strong enough to take on much pain indeed in order to transform it for the collective. I really appreciate you doing that, that is a mighty service indeed. If you are suffering, I would invite you to reflect on what you are making the pain mean. If you are making the pain mean that you are not good enough or that you failed as a light worker or person, then I would point out that even just being spiritually awake means that you are the top students of the toughest school in the galaxy. Great job! Genuinely, I mean it. Even if you don't do anything, you're still grounding energy and processing pain from the collective subconscious and doing light work in your sleep. Every person receiving these messages is doing that, and you have my deep appreciation and respect for your significant contribution to humanity.